Hello my crochet friends, this is Lady Jenna and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk macrame. These are macrame kits that I purchased from Dollarama. They're $2.50 each. They're the same pattern but different color, and it's a Christmas tree. I've already opened this pink tree. It comes with the step-by-step guide and it shows you all the 3 knots you'll be using within this pattern. You've got your cord. So my cord is already cut to different sizes. This is step number 2. And then you have your star and the wooden beads you're going to need. The first thing we're starting with is the star, and we need 135 centimeter yarn. So this is what I needed. So there's 2 cords, same length, 135 centimeters. Fold the yarn in 2. And then you're going to knot your yarn or knot your cord into the star. Make sure it's as even as possible. So this goes on one side, and then you do the same with the other yarn or the other piece of cord. I keep calling this yarn, but it's actually a piece of cord. The knot that I just made is a typical knot for beginning or for attaching the cord. This is the right side. Number 3 is completed. We just did 4. Here we start off with our square knots. Let me just get ready and I will try to show you how these are done. I'm using foam with pins to hold everything, so if I do pull, it's going to stay. If we look at the guide is a little bit hard to follow. I'm going to give you some tricks how to follow along, and also I'm going to mark down the numbers that I've already done. So this is done. Number 4, it's done. We're going to be doing number 5, number 6, and number 7. So this is making 2 square knots. Each square knots, you do 2 knots. So this is how it's done. Now this takes practice, of course. So to make the first part of the square knot, you take this side, it goes over. And then you take this cord on this side and you go over the cord that just went across, and then underneath, and then over into the loop, and this is how you make your knot. This is very hard to explain. You got to try it, you got to see it. The best thing to do is to refer to this, and it shows you how to do it. So this is half of a square knot. To make the other half, let me just tie it first. You start from the other cord. You start with this side instead of that side. You start with this side, you go over, and then you take this one over that cord and then underneath, and then you pull everything. So this is your first square knot, and you need to do a second one. I am a beginner in macrame, so I don't have all of the terms yet, but it's coming. So this is knots. This is practice. The more you do, the more you practice, you take your time. Believe me, I've done, undone, redone. It's amazing how practice works, how practice makes it so that it becomes better. Okay, so now I have both of my square knots done. Let's look at what's next. Okay, so this is complete. No, this is, wait a minute. Okay, this is done. This is done. And this is done. So this is my square knot. Now I need to add 110 centimeters cord on each side. Fold it in half. And this will be pinned on each side. So I'm going to pin this right here. And I'm going to take this one and pin it on the other side. Like this. Next. Okay, so now we make our square knot. This is a square knot number 9. So to make a square knot, I need 4 cords. I'm going to take these 4. In the middle is my added cord. In this other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, these will not stay in the middle. The added cord will go on each side of this cord. Remember, we started off with this, like these. We separate them, and then we add the cord. And what we separated goes inside the cords we just added. And now we do our square knots. Same way. You take this end, this one, see? And this makes my first square knot, my first side of the square knot. Let's do the second piece of the square knot. And then we tighten, not too tight, but we tighten, and we can remove this pin. Now we do the same thing on this side. And there we go. So we've got our two square knots on each side. And if we take a look at our guide, let's see what we just did. So we've done this, we've done this, this. We've completed 13, 14, and 15. Next, right in the middle, we're going to do a square knot. So let's do our middle square knot. When we say in the middle, so it's the middle, we're going to take these 2 cords and the 2 next. And we're going to make our square knot. Okay, so there we go. So we've got our square knot in the middle completed. Let's go back. So we have this was 16, done, 17, done, 18, done. Now we're up to 19. For 18 is not done. I did put a little check mark, but 18 is not done. We have to add the beads on each side. I'm going to take a crochet hook. Let's see, yep, that one should do. So on each side, on these, I'm going to add the bead. There, that's one. And two. So next we're going to do our knots. So the knots are 4 cords, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So one knot on this side and one square knot on this side and one square knot on that side. Oops. And both knots, both square knots are done. Next, so these are the beads, square knot, and okay, so we're up to 21. It's done. Now for 22, so we do a middle knot. So let's do our middle knot. Okay, middle knot. Oh, now we're going to add our 90 centimeter cord on each side. Again, find your middle and then attach it underneath these 2 cords. This, and then where's my other one? Do the other side. There's 4 cords here to do a square knot. There's 4 cords here to do a square knot, and there's 4 cords here to do a square knot. So this is what I'm going to do. Just going to turn this a little bit. Oops. And I can remove this. Now I'm going to do my middle knot. And now we're going to do on this side. Oops. Normally when I do macrame, it's on an angle in front of me. Right now this is on my desk flat. It's a little bit harder to see. So I can remove this. So now let's look at this. It's starting to take shape. We just added on both sides. We did this side. Now we're up to here. This sometimes gets confused. Now we're going to add our wooden beads. And we need to make square knots right here using these 4 and using these 4. So we place these aside. So let's do our square knot here. This is why I find this nice, but a little bit confusing, especially the first time that I did it. Now this is my second tree. Oops. So I know a little bit what to expect. That's why I had to look at the pattern a little bit, because I was missing something. And this is what it was. these 4, these 4, and this one. Now we can do this. I messed up. And there we have it. So this is adding our beads we just did. And now we need to do the knots. So 1, 2, 3. That's what we just did, the 3 knots. Okay, and now we do 2 knots. We do the knot in the middle. So we take these 2 on each side. And then we count 1, 2, 3, 4 cords for the knot. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are on each side, and we complete the knots right here. Now it's time to add the 80-centimeter cord. This, and I'm going to pin it. And do the same thing on the other side. So before I do these, I'm going to do my middle. This will need to be done. Now let's do this side. Remove my pin, and then I'm going to do this side. Oops. There. Remove my pin. And now we're going to do these. This one. And this one. And you're going to add the beads here. It's time for the beads. That's one. Two, and now you're going to do your square. So the first 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and this. So you have 4 knots to make. And now you do the ones with the beads. You can do them in the order you want, as long as you understand which ones needs to be done. Once those are done, then you start other knots. Start with the one in the middle, and then pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. Which one? There, 4. After a while, you can actually see the pattern. Oops. Okay, and now it's time to add some more yarn. So next is our 70 centimeters. Okay, so let's go ahead and do both ends. Okay, next, so if we look at this carefully, we can see that there's a hole here. So our next square knot is right here, and this one. Let's see. And this one. Okay, so let's do these. And then the next 4. Oops. I think I made this wrong. Okay, let's try that again. Don't forget, if a knot doesn't look right, undo it and redo it. Okay, so here is, we're up to here. Our next step, if you guessed it, would be to add the beads on each end. And then you must have guessed it. Now you do a square knot for the first 4 cords, a square knot with the next 4, and then the next 4, the next 4, 1, 2. So this time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knots. As we add more beads, we start making more knots. Now this pattern continues. You can do the rest. I'll be back with you when I'm done with all of my beading, and we're almost at the end. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to do this. If something happens or you get all mixed up, no worries, start over. This is something that you need to practice, but it's the same process from beginning to end. If you've made it up to here, congratulations. The next thing is to do this portion. So what's left is a 30 centimeter cord, and actually 2 centimeter cord. One is to tie up on top where the star is, and the other one is to do the knot all over. Now this knot is this. So this is a little bit harder to explain, but let me just give it a shot. So this goes right here. You take your first Since that knot is not happening, I'm going to be doing a different knot, and it will still come across like this, but it's going to be using this. So these are just like normal knots like this. Take 350 trying to do the bottom portion. I'm not gonna do like on the pattern. I can't do it. I don't know how I did it before, but I just can't do it. But I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to knot, take each cord and I'm going to knot around it. And each cord knots twice over like this. Do knots like this. So 1. Okay. Okay, let's bring all of the cords down. So keep your hand on this one, over, in, and then push. Again, over, in. See it, what it does? That's pretty. That's how I can do it. And there's a name for this knot. I can't remember. It's half something. Oops, that's not correct. And also the way that you hold it, it matters. So this is, okay. So now over, under, and then close. There we go. It's like over, and then under, over, under. Continue, over, under. Over, under. Over, under. Over, under. Over, under. Over, under. Nope, something's, no. Oh, okay, it's the way that you tied it. Like the way that you knot it will make a difference. Over, under. Do I have, yeah, I have enough. Over, under. Over, under. Over, under. Over, under. Over, under. next over under. And there we go. So I did it. I finally made it. Not the right way, but if we look at my green, see how this was actually, I was able to do it with the exact way like this. I was able to do it with this one, but tonight there, it just did not happen, and I had to find another way to do it, which I did. The next thing is to do our trunk. Here I don't have it. I didn't make it. I didn't do it. I forgot it. But there's a little trunk that you need to do on the bottom right there. It's square knots. So let's find the four in the middle. We don't have lots of cords left. So let's see what we can do. This is half. This is one square knot. Let's see if we can do one more. And how about one more? Just like maybe one more half. Oop. Maybe, maybe not, maybe. Yep, oh, I did it. Okay. I guess that's the maximum I can do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we've got to cut. And I think it says to cut the same length. Let me just get scissors. This is definitely not doing a good job. Good scissors. Oops, and they're new. Are they good scissors? Nope. They're not the best. There, I guess that will do. There we go. And here is my Christmas tree that we made together. So how do you like it? These are nice. These you can hang, and I need to do my blue one as well. I have a blue one that is not done yet, so this will be again another practice. I like to buy these different colors because I get to practice. Is this worth it? Of course it is. It's a good practice. So let me know what you think in the comment section, and have yourself a great day. Take care. See you in the next video.